LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
Hello there, Bandit Racing League fans. Former broadcaster Marshall Crocker Jr. here, part-time driver, the number 78 for 785 Racing. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about Geezer Authentics, your place for all things Bandit Racing League merchandise. Well, now let's say you want to go and buy a t-shirt for your reigning, defending Bandit Racing League champion, Eddie Hagge. You put it in black, you get it in an extra large, and you add it to your cart there for a reasonable price. You're going to move on, maybe look at some, shirts and sweaters, but maybe there's nothing that catches your eye this time, so you're going to move on to some wall wear. And you know me, I can't lie, I was a big Cody Welch fan back in my time broadcasting, so maybe you want to grab a 785 Cody Welch pennant to hang on your wall above your sim racing rink. You add it to your cart and you're going to move on. Maybe you're thinking some sort of accessory, maybe you're a big hat person like I am, you need something to wrap right on the brim, and there you go, Bandit Racing League hats in a variety of colors, but I personally like the combo of the camo and that Full Send Racing Network orange. And you're going to move on now to some drinkware. You need something to drink your coffee out of in the morning. Why not grab a 785 Racing mug and support yours truly, Marshall Crocker Jr. This has been Geezer Authentics. Check out the site. Lots of great options for Bandit Racing League fans.
Check this out. Good evening, everyone. We are here at Sonoma as we take a beautiful aerial view here at the track with a fantastic quarter-mile drag strip dead center of the track out there as we see guys just wrapping up their practice here. They still got about another 2 minutes and then we head off to qualifying. Right now, even during practice, Nick Nickerson, Brett Guzik, and Sean Britt are guys sitting 1, 2, 3 for the Ford, Toyota, and Chevrolet. Unfortunately, it does look like Bill Harkins is still out for the race here. He will be rejoining us at the next race. We hope Bill Harkins for a speedy recovery, and hopefully he's able to return back to the track that he has missed so much. Guys, I do want to kind of point out here at Sonoma, this track kind of being a little bit tricky. Hot track, that is, seeing that we are all the way out here in the California area. And Stella, you joining alongside me tonight. We've been at Sonoma. We've seen a few races here, and it kind of sneaks up on these guys. Turn 3 seems to be the most treacherous. I think everybody gets their confidence up, slinging past that start-finish line, make a couple of left turns, and then their first right, and everybody's kind of going out there and biting the dirt.
Yeah, it's almost like they're not. Hey, wait, what's this? It's a right. The ones that get me is when they come around and they all of a sudden hit those. Well, they could be rumble strips, but they look more like speed bumps, and they launch these vehicles. It's good entertainment.
Yeah. I don't know about launching a vehicle. That seems it wouldn't be very entertaining for the driver or the crew chief on the inside trying to figure out how to piece that car back together, because I don't know how often you can hammer that thing out of the sky and back onto the ground. Stella, we are still looking at about another 20 seconds left here, and while we have that chance, go ahead and talk to me a little bit about Geezer Authentics. I do really want to hear about them. I know they've got some new merch sitting out there, and they got some hot stuff. I mean, we're talking banners, we're talking mugs, we're talking hats, shirts, hoodies.
Yeah.
I mean, can you get underwear? Can you get pants? Can we get socks?
I actually haven't hit that part of the website, but I did do T-shirts. I wasn't looking for that. But Geezer Authentics, as a lot of you know, is the official merchandise manufacturer for the Bandit Racing League. You can easily go on their website, order shirts and hats, like you said, banners. Oh, you forgot mugs with your favorite driver's logo on it. And go ahead and use Bandit when you place your order, and 100% of the profit goes straight back into the league. So that's pretty nice. And Bill Harkins out there can even help you do some designs if you need to. Custom designs are available. So feel free to reach out to Geezer Authentics or go to the Bandit Racing League on their website, and you can funnel through from there.
Yes. Yes, that sounds fantastic. Qualifying is finally underway here. I don't know about you guys. I've been kind of sitting here waiting this whole time, waiting to finally see a car laying down some solid times, knowing that he won where he wants to be. Let's go ahead and check in on one of our favorite Toyotas out there, Brett Guzik. He is already out there starting to get through some of those turns. And you'll notice drivers like Brett Guzik are going to try to use up as much of that track as possible. And here are these rumble strips that you're talking about, kind of the blue and gold dash areas that do kind of rumble around a little bit. They do want to keep the guys onto the track, so they are curved for their driving assistance. But I would say we've seen a lot of guys hop them, and not just going around the turn, but sometimes hopping them and straightening the turn.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about, getting airborne. I have seen air underneath those tires when they hit around some of these corners.
Oh yeah. All right, checking out there in the chat while we got time here. I see David Lakey is out there. He's hoping Bill gets better as well. Looks like Jay, you know, it looks like the cat's out of the bag now. So he said Simtrax Broadcasting stuff is out there as well. Guys, don't forget to grab that. And right now, it looks like Mama Goose is out there. And Stella, don't let me forget about Patsy Steele, who's already up top rooting on for David Lakey out there. Hopefully come away with a win here tonight. I'm sure that would be definitely a confidence booster for him if he could stay out there and stay clean. I know Lakey's kind of been getting bumped and banged around out there, and we talked about it last race, that Lakey has just been having a hard time staying out of trouble. And I'm wondering if a little bit of that Kevin Foster feeling out there is starting to rub off.
Oh, well, I hope not. I mean, he did come in top 10 last week in Milwaukee, so that's not terrible.
Yeah, no, and not too bad either. We're taking a look at Mason Flagard here. Right now, Flagard is still trying to get down to time here. Right now, he is yet to get around his first time, so this would be his warm-up lap. Definitely want to make sure you set the tires in on this one. Flagard out there for Young Gun Motorsports. Ooh, yep, there it is. There's the launch off the side. A driver out there, I would say, not dangerous, but somebody a lot more aggressive to the track would be the 0-2 of Nolan Gross. Now, I watched him during practice. I don't know if he was testing to see what the car will do, but this guy is getting within inches of the wall. He's dragging it all the way to the edges of the paint. And just, I mean, he is flying out there on the track. Right now, he's sitting 8th, and hopefully we're going to see him nail down a faster time than that. As right now, I believe Flagard is showing 2nd out there on the track. Chris Watts sits 3rd. Mark Allen Bivens is 4th. Connor Gibson rounds out our top 5. So we are led by Brett Guzik's Toyota, waiting to see if we can get another Toyo in there, and we do. Marshall Crocker, his Toyo makes it. Look like the 78 is going to go ahead and get a good, decent time there, Stella.
Yeah, but I think we've got probably another 10 drivers still waiting to qualify, so lots of things might happen.
Yeah, 15th on back hasn't done anything yet here. Right now, Carter Phillips is rounding out the back end of the field, and I believe I have 7 more Fords we are waiting on out there, and 3 more Chevrolets. All our Toyotas have landed a time out there. Sikorsky and Peter Murphy Jr. are going to be the ones there toward the back. I was looking to see if this track actually was going to be a more favorable for the Toyotas here tonight. Seeing how well they've been doing here as of late, especially at this track. And in the Gen 6, machines out here, these cars are a lot easier to handle without that rack and pinion issue that you've seen with the next gen cars. So these guys go back to a 4-speed. And they're slinging around out here. Look at this. Wow, half the car over that line. Right now, that is Marshall Crocker trying to get just a little more.
Oh, yeah. He's been using every bit of that track and then a little extra. Sometimes he gets around that corner just a bit outside.
All right. Good Bob Euchre throwback there.
Thank you.
Yep, looks like about 0.28. As that's how much slower he was on that last lap there. So I think that may secure him into the spot he is. Sean Britt, he's sitting 7th now as he finishes up his 2nd lap out there. Connor Gibson did get knocked out, though, outside the top 10. Nolan Gross, he'll be following along here pretty soon if a couple of these guys can't get her square. I would probably say a driver we're sleeping on here is going to be Eddie Hagge. Something tells me he's going to be up there at least top 10, I would assume. Right now, we are taking a look at the 55. And Stella, did you happen to notice Sean Britt talking about his paint out here and what was a little different and what he's running out here?
I believe it matches a boat, is what I saw.
Matches a boat.
Cool.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, I think I saw the boat too. I just didn't know if you know the.
Yeah, it says running this paint scheme for Sonoma. Also, reference photo, and it shows a Mastercraft. Nice little boat. Nice little. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't call it a ship, so I'll call it a boat.
Cool. All right, let's go ahead and get some of our best times up there as we were watching Sean Britt. 3rd place for him, so not bad. 2nd lap for him. Let's see if we got anybody else out there. Where's Ricky Hart? There he is. Holy cow. Straightening out the S-turns here. Holy cow. Yeah, you see how much his car is bobbing around out there?
Yep.
Hold on there, Ricky. Look how he's flying through the track here. Not bad. I'll give you a general idea. He's coming up to the hairpin turn now. A lot of guys will overshoot this. I know Tony Stewart one year ended up and into the tires. I think that was a little nudging there.
Yeah, and I'm not sure when this track was scanned last, but it was just repaved this February. So, yeah, the whole 2.5 mile road course was done. So everything got a new job, and it's like the first time in 23 years since it's had some work done. So we may be watching that tonight. We maybe not.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Not scanned
No?
just yet. I think the next
Ah.
big thing that iRacing's looking into is getting a new scan of Rockingham that got a new coat of new facelift out there for sure. New the All-Star race as well,
Ah.
and that should have been out there all new. All right, that is Eddie Hagge. Well, looks like I might have bet wrong. Eddie Hagge starts 19th here tonight. A little bit slower, but the second lap was faster.
Hey, but he's pretty.
Well, this
Oh,
is Peter Murphy Jr. we're taking a look at now.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. This one. I like this one.
Yeah. That's a slick paint he's got here. See if we can get a little closer still. Check that out.
Excellent. That is
Check
very
out the
cool.
numbers.
Yes.
And it's reflective.
Oh, okay. From where I'm sitting up here in the press booth, it's not hitting me right. So it's like a gold chrome number.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, not bad here. Still waiting for Peter Murphy to finish this up. I think he's just putting in a little extra time. He did secure 20th. Brandon Jackson, the 99 Ford, did not qualify out there. Showing, I think he probably ended up under some tough scrutiny out there. And his qualifying laps will not be counted. All right, we should be coming here to the end of qualifying here in just a moment. So we'll talk a little bit about this track and kind of how tough it is. Stella, how many tires do we have out there along the walls?
I don't know, maybe 850.
850?
I don't know. Should I look that up for
Really?
you?
Yeah, I think that was a general, I think that was a fact we had last time. I thought you said there were almost like 130,000 tires out there.
I do not.
Holy cow. Come
I
on.
do not.
All right, well, while you check into that, we're going to go over the race info with our viewers out here. 25 laps. Yes, guys, you would think this would probably be a pretty short one here, but we're going to give it a shot, though. Cautions are going to be few and far between. That's going to be, really, honestly, that's going to be up to race control. I seriously doubt we're going to see any cautions out there. Somebody slides off the track, everything's going to be fair and square and continue on. So 25 laps, 60% fuel limit, and of course there will only be 2 sets of tires down in the pit, 1 fast repair. So any guy who sends it into the tires or misses the tires and goes straight into the concrete wall, he'll have another shot at it. But fortunately, there's one good thing about the race here, moving from qualifying now into the race, is we were at 117 degrees out there on the track during practice, and all the way through qualifying, it's now dropped to 103. So yes, this track may start getting loose. These guys are going to have a little trouble kind of shifting around out there. That's going to be A-okay now. They should be able to stick just a little bit longer before the car wants to step out on them. This is brought to you by Perfect Shine Auto Spa. I know definitely these guys have been sponsoring this league here for a while, Stella, and I know I've got you doing a whole bunch of stuff here tonight, but can you tell me a little bit about Perfect Shine Auto Spa?
Sure, they Perfect Shine Auto Spa for all your automotive detailing needs. So choose Perfect Shine Auto Spa out of Houston, Texas.
Alrighty. All right, I'll be your lead producer tonight. Stella will be commentating here tonight. Nicole Crazel and Bradley Shin will be sitting in the RC booth. I got to tell you, Stella, every time I come here, it is so amazing to see one of these, a league like this having more than one RC. I can't tell you how many guys wish they had this kind of opportunity to be able to go out there and have more than one eye in the sky. So let's go ahead and take a look at our starting grid here for tonight as Nick Nickerson and Brett Guzik are going to go at it again. Honestly, another race. These two are going to try to fight it out between the Ford and the Toyota. That will be in the front row. Sean Britt will be starting third next to Chris Watts inside of row number 3. You saw him in the chat. He's now on the track. Eric Schaefer in the 555 out there. He'll be starting, oddly enough, in 5th. Where Mason Flagar starts 6th. Marshall Crocker will be 7th, and Talon Ulibarri will be in 8th. Mark Allen Bivens, not bad. Top 10 start for him. He'll be 9th, and Nolan Gross, you'll see him out there in the 0-2, not the 2. The 2 is obviously Nickerson. Nolan Gross will be in the 0-2. Connor Gibson starts 11th, just outside the top 10, and David Lakey will be 12th. Rotating through the rest of our field were John Osborne and Jackson Knock. These guys will be 13th to 14th. Moving on to row number 8 will be Kevin Foster. 15th spot for him as Paul Wilson sits 16th. Ricky Hart is 17th. And Ethan Sikorsky rounding out our 9th row. Row number 10 is going to start with Eddie Haggy and Peter Murphy. Murphy, I haven't seen out here very often. This may be his first shot. It's Hayden Paul in the 21st position in the 54 machine. And Terry Condis. Condis very far back here in the 32 Ford. He's going to be looking to fight his way up to the front. Keegan Clark will be 23rd. Carter Phillips rounds out row number 12, sitting in the 30. And I believe I've got one last driver of Brandon Jackson. He'll be starting, he'll be starting dead last here, so he's going to be working his way up to the front. Stella, we'll get here just a second from you in just a moment about what in the world happened to Ethan Sikorsky and why he's starting from the back of the field. But we are under green, and away we go. Right now, not bad here. 25 laps left to go. Nickerson still fighting on through. He is pushed out in front, though, as Brett Guzik is now playing chase. He's still going to be side by side there with Sean Britt. Right now, that Mastercraft, whoa, comes off the ground, right side floating there for just a moment. Now, I think Brett Guzik got a little nervous when he saw that happen. Now, watch where Guzik comes. Man, right there at that squeeze. Right, some of those guys clip those tires, and that'll definitely slam and jam the rest of the field. Right now, the only person I see slam and jamming is somebody out there in the chat hanging out in an airplane, apparently. Somebody's in Hawaii. Come on, Benjamin Lacey. What the heck? Waiting to find that number 7. Hopefully he will be able to return out here. Stella, we are rocking and rolling now. Definitely, these guys, notice how much they're moving and how much they're slicing around out there. But not too many guys have been making moves up front. Guzik does lose a position, gives it up to Sean Britt. Chris Watts, Schaefer, Flagar, and Marshall Crocker all remain in the same positions here. Look at the same line there by Marshall Crocker taking the inside as his Toyota still remains in 7th. Bivens and Connor Gibson moved up a couple here as their Chevrolets continue the charge with Stella. That's lap 1. So far, so good here as Nick Nickerson hits a 1:22, far short of his qualifying time, but he should be full speed this next time around as he's already out in front by 1 3/4 of a second.
Yeah, that did not take long to get that kind of a lead, but I do expect to see a lot of these fellas stretched out, or I was going to say strung out, but I didn't want to go there. Stretched out along this track.
Yeah, Talon Ulibarri already having a little bit of trouble out here, down 2 positions on the right on the edge doorstep here, falling out of the top 10. We will roll back to Nolan Gross, who sits 11th. Look at this gaggle of cars we got going through the S's here. Right as they come through the chicane, they're working their way on through, and that's Nolan Gross starting to reel him in. Whoa, man. And that's one of those things, Stella. I think we still, even with our nerves, we've seen it a bunch of times. These guys are going to sidestep these cars a little bit. It's going to happen, but it's how they control it is going to be the big one. And I guarantee you, guys will be making contact right around that turn. It does look like Gross gave a little nudge there to Ulibarri, let him know he was there. But a bunch of guys, there we go. Look at the times now. Right now, some of those best times. Check this out. 1:17 and getting better.
All right. Yeah, let's see, what have we got? 1:13 is the lap record for this shoot course set by Kyle Larson just this year.
Right. Take a look. 22 5. What are we talking about out there in the chat? Question is the fuel window.
Fuel. Yes.
Yeah, I would assume we're going to probably have at least one pit stop somewhere in the midst of this. That would probably be a good way to set it up, seeing we got 2 tires. Lack of cautions are probably going to be minimal here unless we get somebody turned around in the hairpin.
Yeah, I did see also, I was saying about the boat, we have clarification that is a 1986 Mastercraft ski boat. So, and it's the only year that they had that nice blue striped theme.
Oh, wow. Whoop, little tire lock up here. Shot to the inside. That is Marshall Crocker taking a look here at Mason Flagart. Right now, the Young Gun Motorsports driver trying to see if he can squirt and get out of there. He does. Boy, that was quick. Right now, Crocker might be under fire by Mark Allen Bivens. Bivens, boy, this guy he kind of waits it out a little bit, but boy, has he come on. He is able to attack when he wants to, and he's definitely starting to press a little bit of pressure here to the back there of Marshall Crocker. Right now, that Toyota is still seeing if he can work his way back to the front. But Stella, notice how Nickerson has gotten out to that 1 3/4 second lead and has not gained any since. I don't know if he's sandbagging it. He's out to a decent drive. He's feeling confident. He doesn't need to gain. But right now, we're watching Britt kind of reeling him in here. Now down to a 1.5 seconds. And I'm starting to wonder where Brett Guzik ends up, because he is off the reservation here over 4.5 seconds. He's got to make up here to find the leader.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say, is you're looking at that 1.5 seconds between Britt and Nickerson, but the next one down is quite further back, but Chris Watts just passed Brett Guzik. Oh, they're having a little bit of a tussle. Go for it.
Yep, right now we are seeing them battling side by side out there. Right now, a couple of drivers starting to shuffle around, oddly enough, trying to figure out that vehicle that's right behind the 04 here. I thought that was Schaefer. Would say in the 555 out there, he is a late entry out there, so we'll let him slide with that here tonight. Right now, he's in that number 22 machine. Check out that paint scheme. Not bad paint scheme on this one either. Take a look at this.
Strongbow.
Yeah, I'd like the American flag kind of faded out there in the back. Whoa, wait a second. What is that on the back? Does that say snap? Oh, God, that's a snap-on the back. No!
Snap on, snap off.
Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. All right, let's keep an eye as Eric Schaefer continuing the charge. Right now, he has gained only one position, got around Chris Watts out there. And it looks like Guzik still trying to work on it here, but now almost up to 6 seconds. Man. Yeah, right now, last lap time for Guzik and everybody on back. Obviously, Nickerson and Sean Britt, I would almost say, are using the exact same setup because they are pulling away. I mean, let's look at last times. I mean, we're have a pretty decent amount of separation out there. Fortunately, it drops down. Nickerson and Britt were actually 1:17, and Guzik on back was 1:19 or slower. So they have been actually starting to put on a boatload of time to the rest of the field here and pulling away. But you can see even the best time there by Britt and Nickerson are a second faster than anybody else here on the field.
Yeah, I'm looking. Ooh wee! That was a bit of an off track there in the back.
Yeah, I think that was knock.
Double lot. Yep.
That's all right. We'll have opportunities, I'm sure, with Nickerson way out front. I do want him. We might try to talk to him out there if we get a chance. Hold on. I thought we saw somebody out there, but it looks like Brandon Jackson got around Foster. To try to talk to some of these guys out there while they're racing. I know they say they're pretty laid back and pretty calm, cool, and collected. I try not to talk to them.
No.
Try to mess up their concentration, but I know we'll see how we'll see how it feels. You know, if he's out by 8 seconds, we'll probably talk to him.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes. Now, I do want to take a quick peek, but kind of montage it back here. Carter Phillips had trouble here on lap 1. I was looking to see kind of what got him out of shape. Whoa, man. Yeah, Carter Phillips having some trouble. He did have to bring it down in the pit. And then we had trouble on lap 4 here with Mr. Watts. Looks like the same area. Oh, did we send it in too hot? Yep, look out. All right.
I found it.
You have the amount of tires, don't you?
I do.
Tell me I'm close.
How many did you say?
I think 130,000.
Let's see. NASCAR configuration of the Sonoma Raceway road course is lined with 1,000 tire packs made up of 25,000 tires, 90,000 screws, 90,000 clips, and 180,000 washers. So, yeah. So a little off, but that's still a whole lot of tires.
Wow. You learned something here. All right.
Yeah. You made me, I had to work on that one. Google was not being very forthcoming.
Don't make me get Jay on this.
Oh, no. I'm out of a job if Jay gets on this.
All right, let's see if we can find somebody out here with a little bit of a battle going on. I think Nolan Gross had something going on out there. I think he was starting to pressure on Ulibarri and Lakey. Something's getting ready to happen. Lakey trying to see if he can move on around. I think I've got a camera here for Lakey. There he is.
Yeah. Boy, did you see what Bill put out there in the chat about Nick? He said, if you can pull a win away from Nick Nickerson on a road course, you have accomplished something to be very proud of. So I have a feeling he has a history
of winning road courses.
Of wiping the floor with everybody.
They could put a bounty out there. If you're able to beat Nick Nickerson, I get to take his number. You can't run the 2 anymore.
Oh, that's kind of evil. I've seen bounties that, you win an extra $25, but taking somebody's number, that's just just wrong.
Well, it would just show the confidence level. Hey, check that out. Notice how Mr. Lakey here is not running a full wheel.
No.
We have opted for the Indy.
Okay. Is this a bad thing?
No, I've seen a lot of guys, what they will do is, oh man, did you see Ulibarri hop that thing?
That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, a lot of guys will actually switch off the fully round wheel. Oh my gosh. Huge jam up there. Unfortunately, I think what ends up happening is this actually got, oh man, hold on to it.
Oh, but yeah, but Knock is launching. I mean, he just came full send around that last corner, launched in the air, and zipped around him. Wow. That looks like me if I'm stuck behind an old lady on the highway for too long.
Stella, the battles still continue out here. Marshall Crocker is actually down here in 8th. You see Connor Gibson trying to slide his car to get around him right there through the hairpin. We had a jam up. Looked like Gibson was in the front. Gross, Ulibarri, Knock, and Lakey kind of accordioned. I believe it was actually turn 7, I believe, as they started bumping each other. Wow. It's just, you just see sometimes there's miscommunication. But no, actually going back to Lakey's wheel, a lot of guys will opt out of using the full-size steering wheel and go more for the Indy, just for the lack of turning. You don't have to turn as much.
Well, I was watching him, and he was getting, I mean, you would think that it would, like you were saying, narrow it down to where, say, I only have to turn it, 30 degrees or something like that to make a corner. He was still going all the way around, almost 180, to get some of these turns in.
Yeah. Well, but he could have also stretched out his steering ratio out there, the aspect ratio, which is probably best to do for a tire wear. Oh, look how close. Oh, man.
Bill out there is sliding you some. You're gonna have to give him a cut.
Yeah. Yeah. I might have to talk to Eric Schaefer. We talked to him out there in the chat to get him in here, and then he's going to do that to me. Oh,
support your local Matco tool distributor.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm looking at Brandon Jackson. He's actually up 10 for the night. That's everybody else is kind of within 1 or 2, 3 spots of where they started, but he's really making some inroads on the top 10.
Yeah, looks like the Subway Ford out there is doing pretty well right now. Stella, I'm still wondering, even if fuel runs out of these cars, I don't see anybody taking tires. We've seen many times that guys take tires, and it actually takes the race away.
Yes. Well, we've seen that even on the oval sometimes. Take 2 and be good, take 4, and down you go.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, and also questioning the war of attrition here. Whoop! Hey, check this out.
You said it.
First driver, Connor Gibson, working his way down pit.
Interesting. So he was in 13th place. Do you think can we watch and see what his strategy? Okay, that's the longest pit lane I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, you better make sure you're committed.
Oh my heavens. Yeah, because you're going to give up one massive amount of time.
Like he's making an adjustment here?
Like an air pressure adjustment to get and then put them on?
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Him
Okay.
taking 4 tires here. Normally you see guys don't do it because it takes 2 to 3 laps to get the heat in the tires. So hopefully he does not, this doesn't come back to bite him.
Well, and speaking of heat, we're down at 98 degrees roughly on the track. It says now 98.6. We have human beings.
Sweet. Would like to say Nickerson and his distance.
Well, we have a record.
Seconds to our guy from first to 10th.
Oof. Yeah, Bill Harkins out there says Nick has only lost 3 road race courses that he's participated in over 12 seasons. Yeah, I think that's a formidable champion. But Sean Britt is giving him a little bit of run for the money.
He's trying. He's within 3.
Yeah.
Compared to
the rest of the field, who's with 10 seconds behind Sean Britt.
All right, Terry Condis working his way in the 32 Valvoline. And I believe David Lakey is actually working his way back out of pit here. 15 and a half seconds for him.
Yes.
So 4 tires of fuel, 84 machine will be back out onto the track. Does say
right.
we had a problem out there with Hayden Paul.
Oh?
I don't know if the 54 had some trouble out there. Let's take a quick peek here. Oh, yep.
Sup. Don't hit him. Don't hit
no
him.
caution.
Yeah. Even though he went backwards on the track, even.
Right.
Excellent.
And then even had people coming up on him. So.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hold on, I think we got a problem out there with Ricky Hart. Let's see if I can find him. Too fast. Oof.
Oh. Yep, and he was leaving stripes the whole way.
Oh.
Yeah, got a broken toe link.
Yeah, well, Stella, I want you to consider this.
Oh.
That turn was actually pit road.
Oh.
He has to go around the entire track. And I don't think he's going to be able to do it. He's probably going to have to tow.
I think he's gonna tow.
Bro.
That's a shame.
All right, 2 drivers have taken it back to the garage. Carter Phillips and Keegan Clark. Keegan Clark did not make it past lap 11. He stopped just shy of.
Do we know why?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Bill's out there saying, I want to know where are the 2 new drivers I accepted here from last week.
Uh-oh.
Well, I knew we got Eric Schaefer out there. Eric Schaefer right now is 5th. I knew he was the driver that got that. Whoa, my gosh.
True. Yeah, found him out in the chat, or he found us out in the chat. Peter Murphy has to be new. Because otherwise I would have told him he needs to capitalize his name letters. Oh,
Right.
oh. Did you see that?
Who was that?
Oh, somebody just got broadsided. Yeah, somebody just tagged maybe 72. Wow.
All right, Stella. One day you need to tell me what's on the back here.
I've never heard of a Lager 316.
That's what happened there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Heard of
just
a
one thing,
John
Stella,
316.
Paints having such creativity. I love it when guys just come up with off the wall stuff.
Yeah, I've seen some that are just, off the wall.
Okay, probably the craziest one. Remember Justice Murphy with
Has
the
to-
the Chris Rock smack?
That's what I was thinking you were going to go to.
I was almost in tears the entire race. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It even said on the back, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's
That
still
was
a
bad.
great one.
Then there was the one that he always put his cat all over the car.
Yep.
We get some influence. All right. Bill's talking to you out there. Something about coupons and tools and woo. So,
Oh yeah. Now you need to know which way to face. I know. Some of these guys, I think, might need one of those gyroscopes out there. They keep coming off the ground. Let's see.
I'll just don't
Christopher
put wings on
Watts
them.
And Eric Schaefer. Yeah, and I believe Watts. Last time I saw us, yeah.
He's in 4th.
Yeah. I was going to say, right now, he's invited 2 guys that have been in the top 10 all night. So, if it's the same Eric Schaefer, Stella, that I remember, if we make it to a super speedway, that's the guy you want.
Ooh.
That guy will push you to the win. Same as, remember old Matthew Robinson that we had in the #1 Simtrax car.
Yeah. I was going to say, Eric can only do well, though, if he puts us on at least the quarter panel.
There we go.
Oh! I'm loving the chat tonight, guys. Thank you very much. We have several that are moving in and out of the pits right now.
Yep.
Nolan Gross is coming out. Brandon Jackson is coming out. Peter Murphy's headed in.
Yeah, and oddly enough, everybody is taking tires, though. Jackson Knock, the only one with a faster pit stop time here, what it looks like. As I say that, now we got somebody doing it. Brandon Jackson
Yeah.
had a 6.6, so he may have the memo out there. He's just going to fuel and go. Jackson Knock, looks like he took 1 set of tires out there, 10.3 for him, and back out onto the track.
Makes sense.
I do want to say, I think Ricky Hart was able to return back to the track after that lap 13 fumble out there. But that left front tire looks a lot better than the last time we saw it.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive. He did that in 2.5 minutes. Boo. Normally, I mean, that's like an 8-minute stop. It must not have been as terrible as it looked.
We got a faster pair.
Do we have one tonight?
We have a faster. Yes, this is Bandit Racing League. We have one mulligan each race.
Oh, okay.
So fortunately, they are able to fix him up, and he gets back out there. That 2 minutes is actually his tow time. Remember, if we had towed under caution, we'd be over 4 minutes.
Yes. Okay. That makes perfect sense.
Yep. Fantastic. Now we got Nicole out there.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Oh no.
All right, guys. Well, the entire track is kind of spread out a pretty decent amount here. If there's a driver you want to take a look at, hey, go ahead and slam it in the chat there, guys. Let's go ahead and see what we're looking for. I know Kevin Foster's been working his way up 6 positions here so far, but that's one of the drivers who has yet to pit here so far. So right now we're still going to be seeing. Right now, Kevin Foster working his way into the pits soon, I'm sure. Right now, let's see if we can get a little bit of a ride along here with Foster.
All right.
I was gonna say, you see him out there somewhere.
This is the fellow that has the Maverick helmet.
Here.
Yeah.
That's the turn that gets everybody loose.
Well, I think he did very well.
Yep. That's actually Mark Allen Bivens there. I want to pop back and take a look at him. He's going to take a shot at it here.
Yep.
Yeah, good job by Bivens there. Hops the turn, though.
He's back where he started in 9th. That's a lot of work to just to get back to where you started. He just, because he took that pit stop. But I think he and Eric Schaefer are the only ones in the top 10 who have taken the pit stop. So I don't foresee them stopping again. Do you?
I don't think so. No. Only with 6 to go, absolutely not. Nick Nickerson starting to bring up the back of the field here. I believe Brandon Jackson's in trouble. That is the 17th place driver. Boy, that car is solid. I don't know why. Do you ever? As we float through the field here, I see Bill Harkins is asking us to do it through the field. Just watch how Nick Nickerson, and we'll kind of look through the rest of the field at the other guys here. Notice how solid this car is. You see how he's not swaying at all?
Okay.
I mean, that thing is flat. Whenever he's turning, that thing is flat.
It's riding on rails. Yeah, it really is. It's not humped up in the back, as he goes. Okay, I see that.
Or the weight shifting from tire to tire. So let's
Not
rotate
really.
back to Sean Britt, who's sitting second now. Well, still sitting second. He's still trying to work his way up there. Right now, he's sitting at about 7.5 seconds.
Well, he and Brett Guzik have exchanged places there between second and third. And Chris Watts, where he started in 4th. So it's kind of interesting that we haven't had a lot of gains or losses here.
Yeah, you see the difference? See how that car is shifting? For Sean Britt, see how the weight transfer?
Yeah.
Same with Brett Guzik here. I'm just wondering what Nick Nickerson has done. Now, obviously, he's messed with the suspension. There's no doubt. But has he stiffened it to the point, or has he softened it? Because I'm wondering if these guys have tightened the suspension up so much. That's why you see every bounce, every pebble in the road here, and that's why the car is always hopping. If he's softened that thing up, but as
you soften it up too much, though. I mean, I've been in a vehicle with the sway bar gone, and you go around that cloverleaf on the expressway, and you think you're gonna go flip over. I don't know how soft you'd really want this.
Well, what I'm saying is you soften up the suspension for the bumps, but you fatten up the sway bar so there's no swaying. It doesn't move to the side. So
Okay.
it tightens the race car via handling, via stability, but for the weight transfer, it doesn't. Let's get back to Chris Watts, who sits 4th. We saw him end up in a little bit of trouble there back on lap 4, and I think he also had trouble back on lap 18 is what it says.
We got some new fans out here for Marshall.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it, heating up the chat. John Gulu and Nick Van Heerden, both rooting on their driver in the 78 car.
Yep, hoping we'll crock it up here. Yeah, look how close he gets that wall. Not bad.
Oh, yeah.
We've had some eyes out there on Marshall Crocker here tonight. We'll take a look here at Talon Ulibarri. Ulibarri sitting 6th in the Chevrolet, and we'll get through a few more Chevys here. Let's see if anybody's rotors are glowing yet. All right, Schaefer sits 7th. Mark Allen Bivens, 76 Chevrolet out there, followed by Mason Slagar. There he goes, John Osborne. What's the word about this guy in the 81 Pepsi?
No, not tonight.
Interesting look here. That is their drivers rounding out our top 10. Osborne moving up 3 here on the night. That is going to be Connor Gibson right behind him here. It's going to be looking to take that spot away. Hard dive in, though, for Connor Gibson as we enter into the hairpin turn here.
Yeah, and these two are following each other in the standings also after the Milwaukee Mile. John Osborne in 2nd and Connor Gibson 3rd in points.
Excellent. Connor Gibson, David Lakey. There he is. Whoop. There's the fumble they needed, so Osborne gives up that spot to Connor Gibson. Nolan Gross. I think Lakey's getting ready to make a pass here, though. Yep, he clears it. Kevin Foster. Alvaling. Stella, we still got the same same flavor here of paint scheme, but definitely want to change it up. You're going to tell me it's Haviline, aren't you?
Well, I think you put an extra L, didn't you?
Of course, always.
Oh,
Kind of like people wore through their clothes.
Oh, dear.
All right, Jackson.
I was thinking
Jackson knock.
Maybe it's just like silent, like the P in swimming.
Bill Harkin says it's a fixed setup. Grip hack. Grip hack. Has to be. Has to be. OxyClean machine. Smooth driver's side. Right side looks like a tin can, though.
Oh, no.
Well, you said somebody got T-boned. I think we found our guy.
Oh, no.
See it? Boom.
Oh.
All right,
Yep.
let's get back to Paul Wilson. Excellent. All right, here's the guy, Peter Murphy, in that awesome paint.
Yeah,
I think it's psychedelic, man. All right,
I love it.
Brandon Jackson, the subway machine. Yeah, that is actually Sean Britt and Guzik about to go at it here. We'll tone into them here in a second. Eddie Haggy. Uh-oh.
That's only wigglies. Yeah, now
See,
he
that's what I
is
was wondering.
only...
You see how squished the side is? Huh.
But he has a beautiful Simtrax on the quarterback.
Beautiful. Love it.
He is still first in the standings at this point, but he only has a 7-point lead over John Osborne. So they need, and both Osborne and Connor Gibson being in the Zero Foxtrot Motorsports team, I think they may end up teaming up on Mr. Haggy if they get a chance. What is with these guys and the upside downs and the sideways? They make me laugh.
A lot cooler. All right, Terry Condis and Ricky Hart we saw. Whoop, driver off the track there. That's Hayden Paul. Looks like he's going to get a Matco scraper there, but Stella. That is it. This is the end of the race.
Oh, not
There it is.
already.
Yep, checkered flag. Nick Nickerson wins it here. And I think right now that was Brett Guzik. He does overcome and get Sean Britt. He got him, though. I saw he was half a second behind.
Well, I thought I saw 4 laps to go, and I was just enjoying the race, and wow. How come it doesn't say unofficial finish like it usually does? Do they not do that in road courses?
We still got guys racing.
Oh, okay.
Stella, we rolled it back. This is the white flag out where Guzik is trying to run down Britt. That's what I'm trying to play chase on and see where he overcame him here. I knew they were kind of chasing each other down.
He's got to probably have his favorite turn, you know, where he says, I know I can take him on this one. He is right close.
This should be the straightaway right before the hairpin. He has to pass him on the last turn. He's going to dive bomb it in.
Oh my!
Gets a fender in on him.
Oh no! Yep, he did it. And oh, whoops! What in the world? No kidding. And stayed on the track doing it. Because that would have been a no-no passing, you know, all in the dirt and whatnot. He stayed on the track. Very good. Nice clean race tonight. I didn't see any, you know, blatant penalties or weirdness. And look how many went all race with never coming down the pit to get fuel or tires.
Right. Well, that was actually the final pass there on the last lap, heading to the checkered flag. And Stella, we're going to go ahead and cut the commercial here real quick and try to get our guys reeled in.
Sounds great.
Hello there, Bandit Racing League fans. Former broadcaster Marshall Crocker Jr. here, part-time driver, the number 78 for 785 Racing. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about Geezer Authentics, your place for all things Bandit Racing League merchandise. Well, now let's say you want to go and buy a t-shirt for your reigning, defending Bandit Racing League champion, Eddie Hagge. You put it in black, you get it in an extra large, and you add it to your cart there for a reasonable price. You're going to move on, maybe look at some, shirts and sweaters, but maybe there's nothing that catches your eye this time, so you're going to move on to some wall wear. And you know me, I can't lie, I was a big Cody Welch fan back in my time broadcasting, so maybe you want to grab a 785 Cody Welch pennant to hang on your wall above your sim racing rink. You add it to your cart and you're going to move on. Maybe you're thinking some sort of accessory, maybe you're a big hat person like I am, you need something to wrap right on the brim, and There you go. Bandit Racing League hats in a variety of colors, but I personally like the combo of the camo and that Full Send Racing Network orange. And you're going to move on now to some drinkware. You need something to drink your coffee out of in the morning. Why not grab a 785 Racing mug and support yours truly, Marshall Crocker Jr. This has been Geezer Authentics. Check out the site. Lots of great options for Bandit Racing League fans.
LAT Racing Oils is invested in winning. With industry-leading at-track support, superior engineering, blending technology, and the World Championships to prove it, LAT is your premier choice for racing lubricants. Used by NHRA Pro Mod champions Jose Gonzalez and Chris Thorne, along with their closest competitors, LAT Racing Oil continues to carry top-level racers to the winner's circle in all categories of competition. From engine oil to transmission fluid and gear oil, LAT has you covered from end to end in your race car. A nationwide dealer network means easy access to our products as well. Visit LATRacingOils.com for more.
All right, everybody catching up with the third place finisher, Sean Britt. Well, that Chevrolet comes in third tonight. You held on to second 90% of the time here, man. Talk to me about this last lap and what they're saying out there. Was there some sort of a fuel issue with your car as well, or what was going on?
I more just had a shifting issue. I've been having issues with my shifter recently where when I'd shift from like second to third, for some reason it'll just drop down to first. So
Oh, that would
that's what
explain the little
kept
squirrely.
happening on the front stretch and I think the back stretch.
Wow. Okay, so we ended up heading into this final turn here, and you were honestly the only one who could hang out there with Nick Nickerson. But it bumps you out of that second spot, man. You kind of sent it to the inside. I would say that was a dive bomb, but man, he gave you a little nudge. You weren't able. That thing kind of kicked to the side when you tried to run him back down.
Yeah, I just tried to give it everything I could, and I just couldn't.
Man, oh man, but still came away with a third place finish here. Oddly enough, 1, 2, 3 start tonight. You guys finished 1, 2, 3, which was pretty interesting. Would you have pit if you had to make this call again?
No.
Okay.
Even if I had fresher tires, I wasn't going to be able to keep up the same pace as Nick was and be able to run them down.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I noticed some of the guys, they did take tires, some didn't. And then they were able to keep out there. A lot of guys say it's a good idea to keep the heat in the tires. That's why you don't change them.
Yeah, I mean, it's also helps if you don't burn your stuff. That's another thing too.
How do you do that at a road course?
Just taking it too hot, I guess.
Man.
Trying to figure that out.
Well, you were trying to showcase that new paint job tonight. You've done very well by putting yourself in the podium. So congratulations. Would you like to do your shout outs?
I want to thank LAT Racing Oils Weathermaster for sponsoring the race and everyone in Bandit, Apex Sim Racing, and you guys in the booth.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Sean Britt, appreciate you, buddy, and we'll see what you got for us next race.
All right. Thanks.
Yep. All right. Stella, you can almost see. You almost feel the disappointment. You know, he was right there. He ran a stellar race here, but man, you just. I don't know. I've been in that situation. Everything went right until the last lap, and then everything kind of flipped upside down. Stella, talk to me about Weathermaster here.
Oh, absolutely. Because Weathermaster sponsoring this race this evening, and they are Weathermaster Heating and Air, serving Wake, Durham, Granville, Chatham, and Johnston County, North Carolina locations. They've been doing that since 1977. Weathermaster also has a Mr. Plumber service where they deliver world-class service with that small company touch. They're committed to doing whatever it takes to deliver immediate comfort to your Raleigh metro home or business. So look for them on the web at www.weathermaster.com weathermasterhvac.com.
All right. Awesome.
And then
Awesome.
Nick was
Awesome.
running.
And we're going to go ahead and get a hold of Brett Guzik here. I'm going to cut him out. Absolutely no talking in the green room, man. We got to get you up here and talking about this last lap pass. I got to tell you, I feel Sean Brett's pain, but I like your attitude diving into that turn. And promise Mama Goose you ain't going to strangle me. I think we went back and watched the full lap of you running him down. What was the mindset heading to it?
Yeah, I think it all kind of started in the first 5 laps. That kind of, like, we were on a fuel save number for the most part, so we were all kind of just pacing ourselves, and that kind of also paced our tires a bit. So like the guys who kind of ran away there at the beginning, they also, hurt their tires a bit too. So that kind of helped me the last 5 laps because I probably had, I don't know, a few tenths in the bank just because of tires on at least Sean. Nick was kind of like in a class of his own. He was just driving his own race out there. But that last lap, I saw Sean. It seemed like, I was, creeping up to him midway through the race, and, I kind of noticed I was, making time on him. So I knew he had either, scorched his tires or, done something that, hindered him throughout the rest of the race. I had to, get to him at the very end and, do whatever I could. I had to, use up all the fuel. I literally ran out 5 feet past the start finish line, I think.
No.
Yeah, so I had saved the perfect amount of fuel, and, I had, dove it on in there into the last hairpin, and I'll admit that's probably the best. That was the best corner I ran all race.
A little touch, though. A little touch. It got him pushed off to the side. We even looked out the left front, kind of watching how close it was that you guys were shooting in there. If this thing had gone 2 more laps, what would have changed this entire race?
It would have been tough to catch Nick because he was just, doing his own thing. He was running the same, I think he was running the same lap times as me throughout the whole last part of the run anyway. So I wasn't really gonna catch him unless like he didn't make his fuel number or not. So, but I did what I could, and we probably lost the race in the first 5 laps, and that's really what did it to us.
Well, it was tough. I think you got 20 other guys shooting for the same spot and trying to squeeze in somewhere that 3 wide is not recommended out there, let alone 2. You guys use up a whole lot of that track. Stella, where are we next week?
We are at Iowa in the trucks.
Bumpy track. We're going to shrink it down. Confidence level heading there, Brett.
I would say it's pretty high, I think, especially the trucks. I would say the trucks is the best vehicle for me as far as feel. So I'm pretty confident going there. And if we can run a race like we did at Milwaukee, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to have a shot.
Yeah, I agree. I've seen a couple of guys racing vehicles at Iowa, and trucks seem to be the ones that even handle the track a lot better. I don't know if some of the Gen 6s, they seem to bounce a lot, and the next gens, as stiff as they are, they're about impossible to hang out there. Brett, shout-out time, man. I've heard them once. Go ahead and give them to me again.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank you guys at Simtrax Racing for putting this on every week. Broadcasting. You guys do a really great job. Really great effort. Like to thank Bandit Racing. Like to thank Bill Harkins, who's actually kind of in the hospital right now. So, hopes and prayers for him. And also like to thank everybody watching tonight, including my mother. So, thanks.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Brett, and like I said, tell your mama out there, I'm sorry I missed it, but we rolled back, I promise, the whole thing. So, we were floating to the field looking at paint jobs and other people out there racing, man, trying to make sure everybody got a little bit of camera time. Brett, congratulations on your 2nd place finish and bringing that Toyota in, and definitely we'll see how you do in the trucks next week.
Yep, thanks, guys.
Yep. All right, now we'll let him go down there and talk. He can chat it up all he wants now as we get to Nick Nickerson.
it's like the little podium crew, because last week it was Guzik on the top and Nickerson was third, and this time Nickerson's on the top and Guzik is second. So they're like, old buddies.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see how buddies they are. Nick Nickerson. All right, we finally get the spot you tried to get last time. Talk to me about this race.
Yeah, man. Pretty good race for me. Kind of grueling. I hate these fuel saving races. I mean, the entire race I couldn't throw in like a fast lap ever. I was just always quarter, half throttle, short shifting, trying everything to maintain a specific fuel number to make it to the ends, and was able to save enough and actually plus one lap made it all the way back around to jump my car off the hill.
Right.
But yeah, I just didn't want to lose another one to fuel savings. Usually I have the idea that like if I'm fast enough, I can make enough time to go into the pits, get fresh tires, and come out and still be in the lead or like close to the lead. But these guys over the seasons have gotten fast enough to where that's not the case anymore. So now I'm forced to play the fuel strategy game. And that's what I did today, and it worked out.
Yeah.
Quite successfully.
Yeah, Guzik and Britt. Britt was actually up there 90% of the race. He was right there with you, probably, within 3 seconds. So, I mean, you could still see him in the rearview mirror. But, later on here in the race where Brett Guzik started picking up the pace, Marshall Crocker was trying his best to get up there. I think he was about, I think he was about 30 seconds off there. Trying to run you down, man. But we were watching out there, and I was almost swearing this was an open setup league because we watched the difference between how you drive and how other people drive, and your car doesn't seem to weight shift sway as much. Your car is almost flat as you move through the track. Is that just time or behind the wheel, or is that just something you kind of what do you do different than everybody else is what I'm getting after?
I wish I could put it in words on how you drive these cars. It's very the only thing you could say is like you can't drive like a GT car. You got to be just everything's slow. Everything is trying to make the straightest line possible in and out of corners. And I've been running the when I first got into iRacing, I want to say 14 years ago now. Dang, it's almost a decade and a half.
Wow.
One of the first leagues that I got into was a nationwide at the time, road course only, and did that for a couple of years, and I learned a lot with those guys, and I kind of carried that kind of skill on for all the way up until now. And but I used to blow the doors off of all these guys every one of these road course races, but now like they know how to run them. I mean, Brett is just as good, and Sean, obviously they're doing really good too, or he's doing really good. It's just figuring out the fuel stuff and saving the tires and just the smallest little nuances, like how you picked certain corners, like how I was driving turn 1 is very different at speed versus how I was doing it with trying to save fuel. And, I don't know, a lot of little things, a little techniques all put together.
Well, it definitely takes time to figure all that out. Nick, we head to Iowa next week. Everyone says this race was kind of a layup for you. I say it would probably be a good idea to start you from the back of the field one time and seeing what you can do.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I'll do it. I mean, what do I got to lose?
Yeah. Well, Estelle, what I'm saying is if he runs 4 seconds faster than everybody else in the first few laps,
Oh,
he
you mean
should
the
be
next
up
time
there.
at the road course?
Right. All I'm saying is him
Ah.
just being able to weave on through. But
I thought you meant at Iowa, and I was like, why does he
No.
deserve
Oh,
that?
that's what I heard too.
yeah, well, he could.
Yeah.
He could. They may have to set
Yeah.
it back, seeing that him and Guzik switch places this race.
Yeah.
How do we handle it from here on out, man? We head to the trucks next week.
Yeah, well, now that I guess supposedly I'm locked into the chase or whatever, I'm not going to really participate in that because I it's gonna I will until work calls me away from one of these races, then it's over. But yeah, just take it next week, Iowa. That's gonna be fun. Usually run pretty good at Iowa, but with any of these races, anything can happen towards the end. You can be in the lead, and then you pit, nobody else pits. Now you're in the back of the field, and all sorts of things can happen. So we'll just take it week by week and minute by minute in these races, and just go with gut instincts and see how we play out.
I like it.
All right, man. Shout out time.
Yeah, man. Just Bill, all the admins, everybody that participates in this league. I appreciate them, and it's one of my favorite leagues. And looking forward to growing us even when the seasons to come. And I appreciate you guys putting on these broadcasts while I'm away on work trips on Wednesdays. It's always nice to kind of watch see what's going on and keep tabs on some of my rivals.
There you go.
Yeah, and see how they're doing. So Bill Arkin's out there saying the Bandit goat on the road course out here. So not bad, man, not bad. So we'll see how you do at Iowa in the trucks, and congratulations on your win here tonight.
I appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah. All right, Stella, that is going to do it for us here in the Bandit Racing League with the Weathermaster sponsorship here at Sonoma. Quick race here for so far. And that's why I was wondering. I wasn't able to get quite a straight answer here, as I was wondering, honestly, if we had 5 more laps and Brett Guzik says he ran out 5 feet after the line,
Yeah.
what would have changed? Would everybody have had to pit? I think everybody would have, and I think maybe something they're going to go back to the drawing board and see if they can shuffle it up again.
Just to make it a little harder for some of these guys that are going all the way through with no pit stops.
Going ham. Yep.
Ah. That's,
All right.
that's sneaky.
Yeah. Definitely. This Sonoma race wasn't too bad. I got to admit, they did separate out there just a little bit. A couple of drivers looped it on around, though, facing the rest of the field. Ricky Hart, to me, was the one who got the worst damage tonight. Broke that left front side, was able to tow and get a fast repair done, and able to square that thing back away. And get back out there. He actually finished 21st.
Okay.
So he finished in front of Terry Condis, who actually went out there and ran the entire race, and he finished in front of Hayden Paul. Keegan Clark and Carter Phillips were the ones who did not make it. All right, Mama Goose, sorry. Sorry I didn't catch it live, but I definitely rolled it back to make sure we could tune in and you could see him make that last pass. Next week, guys, keep an eye out for the thumb out there. We'll get ready for that one as we head to Iowa in the Craftsman Truck Series. That should be a good race. Definitely bumpy track. I know if you guys tuned in yesterday, bumpy track. So guys are going to be spinning out all over the place. So it's going to take a lot of patience, but with few laps, you don't have a whole lot of time. So keep that in mind. But from all of us here at Simtrax Broadcasting, be well, be safe, be kind. We'll see all you guys next time.